Hello, I'm Judy Stiles. Welcome to Newsmakers. Today we're focusing on people helping others throughout the region through electronic means of online giving. And today we're going to visit and find out about Give Joplin Day. Joining me, Sandy Morgan, and we have two representatives of organizations participating in Give Joplin, Joan Donor and Barbie Huff. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
I guess we need to start off, and Sandy, I'll let you explain when somebody says Give Joplin Day. How do you explain this to someone? Definition.
Well, it's an opportunity for people who support the agencies that are going to be involved in this to actually sometimes even double their money or win prizes, and it's just a way of enhancing the giving that they get. We're focusing attention on just that one day. Electronically, they can go online and give to their organization, and just trying to create some excitement about it.
So we're talking about May 9th. It's a Tuesday.
May 9th.
And this is under the umbrella of the Community Foundation.
Of the Ozarks, right. Joplin has its own foundation now, Joplin Regional Community Foundation. Started a few years ago with the tornado funds. A group of Joplin people were chosen to help administer those funds and get it out to the people that needed it. And it's grown into the Joplin Foundation now. So we're excited about being our own named thing. We've participated before, but through Ozarks. Now it's through Joplin.
Through Joplin.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned the agencies that are participating. So there are a variety of agencies. How do they become a participatory agency?
Just choosing, and the gals can speak more to that, choosing to use the facilities of the Community Foundation of the Ozarks, which give you training, education, opportunities to match funds with them. It's just a good organization to be affiliated with to help you. Everybody needs to raise money to keep their own organization going, and so it's just a way of helping do that.
Now, this is the third year for this organization having this type of fundraising through online giving.
Yeah.
Right. Tying this together. So that'll let the viewers understand what's involved. And I guess we say online giving. There's a website that people go to, kind of using the internet.
Yeah, we look at it as just one more avenue to allow our constituents to support what we do. And we depend on their support, whether it's through this one day, online day of giving, or the many ways that they support NALA throughout the year. But this year, Joplin NALA Read is securing our own double your donation dollars. So we've got some supporters that are looking to double what they're giving to NALA through this one day, May 9th online day of giving. So when you go to NALA's website, you can make your online gift and it will be doubled.
So each agency could develop their own approach to this day. And you're representing Habitat for Humanity. You also have approaches.
Yes, and we've participated the last 2 years, so we're excited about the third year and growing the reach that we have to people online, making sure that some donors just want to give online. That's becoming a thing that's very popular, and we want to reach out to those people in the community and the area that would like to give online. And yes, there's a place on the Give Ozarks website. We also believe there will be a place on a Give Joplin where you can type that in and get there, as well as I think most of the individual organizations have a place on their websites, and I know we're putting it out on Facebook, that sort of thing, where there'll be a link. Super easy. Just hit the link and go into the page and make your donation. And it will run from midnight to midnight on the 9th. So for those night owls, as well as whether they're up early morning or up late at night, and all during the day too.
Now, I know we have the website, Sandy, we mentioned it's under Give Ozarks, falling under, we'll see on the website on the page, but if you go through this step that's involved, if you do a search, you get the agencies, and then you can search by city. So people would then go to Joplin. So let's take the viewers through, and I guess they misspelled Joplin. We'll try that one more time. So you search, and then the agencies that are participating in Joplin will come up. So what happens at this point then? People get this page. Explain how the process works.
Well, it's just the same as anytime you want to pay for something online. You create your own account,
so they would click on one of those organizations, and then that will then benefit your organizations.
Yes. So you do create an account. It is a secure website. It's like we said, we've used the platform for 3 years now, and it's been easy to use and it is secure. You set up an account and then you click on the agency or agencies that you would like to donate to and enter the amount. You also, there is a slight cost for using the platform that
Because you're
you
using
give.
a credit card,
Right.
basically. Right.
And donors have the option of covering that cost also. So they'll ask, you know, would you like to give your $25 donation and would you like to donate a little bit more to cover the cost? But 100% of the money that is donated goes to that agency.
Okay.
So all of the money that is given to the agency, of course, we're good stewards of all of our funds, and we use it to help in our case, our adult learners that want to improve essential skills. And so, like I said, 100% of the proceeds go to that agency.
So online giving, you mentioned that it seems to be the more people, different ways of giving, different generations. Are you finding that something through this type of approach? That
We do feel like there is a generational portion that's involved in that there are some people that do want to do everything online. They want to bank online, they want to order things online, and this is a great way to tap into what passions they have, what causes that they want to donate to, rather than writing out a check, which a lot of people don't have anymore because they have their bank cards. You know, this is a great way to, you know, if you have a passion for an organization or you've seen them here in Joplin and you really think, hey, I'd love to help them out, but, you know, I
can't write that check.
and a lot of people don't carry cash anymore, so this is a great way. People spend a lot of time on the internet, and they, you know, through Facebook or other things that they're doing. So what a great way to tie them into how they want to spend their dollars. You know, that extra money that they do want to help the community with.
There is one agency, Crosslines. Many of their constituents are older and they don't like.
So on the other side, they don't use the internet.
They don't use it, so they take checks. So we will take and make it.
So if they have an agency they want to support, they could contact the agencies and say, I don't go to the internet, but would you take my check?
And you can take checks through the end of, we can take checks through the end of that day. If it is someone, I agree, like Crosslines constituents, if they do want to pay with check or cash, there's a way to do that through the agency directly. We get those funds on to Community Foundation of the Ozarks, and we're credited with those funds for that day of giving. Even though it's an online event, you can still show up with cash in hand, check in hand, and participate that way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a one-day blitz concentration. Sandy, you mentioned prizes. Are there incentives throughout the day for people who are participating?
There are all kinds. Joplin has its own incentive. We have a $500 incentive that we'll give for, we'll break it up, and part of it will go to the agency that raises the most money, and part will go to the agency that has the most contributors. And then there are all kinds of other businesses and everything. There are a match sometimes, or a luck of the draw where they just pick
Is this based
somebody.
on time of the day, like if you give it 3 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon?
So most of those prizes come in at different times of the day.
There's $100,000 for the agencies to split up based on each hour what the prize is for that hour. So it's very beneficial to the organizations to have donors online all day long.
So you working with the foundation, Sandy, one of your big jobs is coordinating with these agencies and getting this all flowing.
It's been wonderful learning more about them again too, because there's a new one, but it's great kind of getting into what they do and finding out so many good things being done.
And just going to that website, you can see all of those good things that are being done, because it's got all of the Joplin agencies together in one easy place to click on, and there's a lot of information besides what you just see as far as donating, but you can learn a lot about the organizations,
the services they provide, and so forth. And as organizations, do you also see this as not only a chance to raise funds, but raise awareness, or maybe even bring in volunteers?
Absolutely.
Volunteers, bless them. I don't think we could exist without them. There are so many people that want to give, to make things, this is a great community, and they want to see it continue to thrive, and there are lots of different passions out there for children and animals and healthy people and sick people and needing to help themselves people. I mean, there's just so many good causes. So this is the foundation's attempt to just help them be more
aware in the community, and people are knowing what you're going to do. So individually, each agency can do your own promotions. You mentioned Nayla's doing promotion. I'm sure Habitat has materials that you're promoting to create people's awareness to come to the site that day.
Right.
and working together. The goals, are there any specific goals that you have at the foundation for this?
Not specifically. We've got the money that we want to give out in prizes, but it's just to help them continue to thrive.
Today's world of giving is going through an evolution. Do you feel that this is something that is going to be here in the future, that you need to have this approach for your agencies to continue to operate?
I do. I'm sure Joan does
yes.
too. When we had this opportunity a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, to get involved the first time, we were a little hesitant, but then we went, no, this is kind of the wave of the future. We need to stick our big toe in and see how that's going to go and try to create this, because how great would it be if once a year you had this big day? I know they have one around Christmas time after Black Friday and all that. I think it's Giving Tuesday. But what a great thing to do it in May and to get people aware again of what's going on right as spring's here and summer's coming, and a great way to get that information out. And it is going to be the way of the future, we think.
And we appreciate Community Foundation helping us set up the platform. Barbie, I know you wear many hats at your organization, and the same with all of us that work with a very small crew of people to do very many things.
Right.
So to have Community Foundation of the Ozarks help with that
It's been great.
that platform and do the training so that we know how to use it, and then we can in turn teach our constituents how to use it. We appreciate that.
Right, and that platform is quite extensive to create and to maintain, and for them to do that for us has been really great. If we were each trying to do this individually, I'm afraid it wouldn't be the success that it's turning into by coming together, all together, and doing this as a group.
So this is really another way the Community Foundation is serving the community. In addition to providing these funds, you're providing the resources for things.
Right.
Tying everything together. So remind people, it's May 9th, and starting at midnight.
Midnight to midnight.
And we showed a little bit of the website. We're going to visit with some other agencies coming up. But Sandy, as far as your main message you would like to get out to people, representing the organization.
Well, we care about people, and we want to help those people that, again, want to help their favorite charities and their favorite causes just be as successful as possible.
Okay, well, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the first part of the program. We're going, like I said, have other agencies and hear their perspective, and as we continue to look at the Give Joplin Day.
Okay, thank you for your...
Thank you so much.
You're
Thanks.
welcome. And stay tuned. We'll be back with more right after this.
Here at Missouri Southern State University, KGCS has been on the air for more than 30 years. The station provides a wide variety of different programming, which includes everything from news-related shows to sports and entertainment. KGCS allows students to obtain hands-on experience and get involved with people in the Joplin community. The station is also the only place you can get live coverage of Joplin City Council meetings, allowing students to see their local government in action. Tune into KGCS TV, Channel 22, Joplin, Missouri.
Welcome back to Newsmakers. We're continuing our look at how Give Ozarks or Give Joplin Day is helping local organizations. And today we're going to visit in the second half of the program with 3 more organizations. I'd like to introduce Emily, Stephanie, and Tiana. Thank you for being here today. And without getting a lot of information, I'd like to have each of you have an opportunity to introduce your organization that we're talking about today. So, Emily?
Well, I am the Community Arts Director for Connect to Culture, and we are Joplin's community arts agency supporting and promoting all the arts and cultural organizations in town. We're also leading the charge on the Joplin Arts and Entertainment Center initiative, and this year we're actually going to become a performing arts presenter and bring in nationally touring artists.
Okay. Now, Stephanie, somebody asked you about Love and Grace. How do you explain it?
We are a transitional living facility for young women in our area, age 17 through 24, who may be homeless, who might have aged out of foster care, or who, due to circumstances within their families, need a place that is safe and supportive in order for them to grow and develop.
Okay, Joplin-based as well.
Yes.
Okay, and Tiana.
I'm with the Joplin Humane Society. We are the largest animal shelter in the 4 states. We take in close to 10,000 homeless pets every year. We provide a safe place for the pets until they find a permanent home. We also offer a volunteer opportunity to locals, a low-cost spay-neuter clinic, and occasionally low-cost vaccine clinics.
Hey. Okay, so we have these organizations, as we mentioned in the first part of the program, joining together for the Give Joplin Day. From your perspective, how do you feel that this united type of efforts under the umbrella of one day of giving is helping your organizations?
Well, I was just telling these ladies when we were waiting that it was really interesting and kind of cool that we had this opportunity to work regionally. And I even said last year, I just kind of went through the list and got to see organizations throughout the Ozarks doing certain things, and it gave me that opportunity to get involved, even if it's at $5 level or $10 even more. That was interesting, and just kind of thinking about that's what other people are doing. And so people in Springfield, people in St. Louis, I don't know where else, could take a look and see what Connect to Culture does, and it just gives us that kind of a great platform to regionally promote everyone.
So it's a great awareness day for you.
Yeah.
To be able to have this information. So in addition to the funding, you're finding more people just finding about what you do and how you do it.
Yes, we're a fairly new organization. We've been in existence for only 3 years, so to have the social media awareness and using that as a platform for giving is a new approach for some. For some it is the regular approach, or younger. But it does give people an opportunity to look at each of these organizations and do it in the privacy of their homes, on their phones. Our media is such an amazing tool, and I find it just inspiring that we are able to use this tool in order to support all of these local organizations.
Well, Tiana, I know throughout the years we've seen lots of different ways of people giving. Organizations have special events and so forth. How does this help what you're doing at the Humane Society?
It's going to help us raise funds to take care of the pets, obviously, but it'll help us with spay-neuter programs, so we're not having an increased number of unwanted puppies and kittens. But it also helps us to raise awareness, not just for our organization, but other organizations in the area. So it's a great opportunity for us to come together as a community and work together.
I'm hearing a lot in the talk in the first part of the program as well, as far as working together as organizations. It's not necessarily I'm competing with you against you for this money. It's everybody's benefiting. Do you feel that this spirit coming through this program?
I definitely do. I think that all of us are working so quickly and busily with our heads down that it's kind of nice to even get to know other people who are doing it. And even I remember a couple of years ago we all got together at a certain restaurant, and I think they're doing that at Panera this year. So that's kind of fun also, that we all get to share that camaraderie while we're raising funds.
Now, what about that effort of getting the word out? Obviously, we're taping a television program in advance of it. Is the organization working on talking to your constituents, your supporters, saying this day's happening?
I think utilizing that social media is, since that is the platform that we're using to gain those funding sources, that using those media platform is, I think, our best way of reaching out to our followers on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and lead them to that page where they can make that donation either to you as a funder of a specific group or organization, or to investigate the possibility of all those others
So once
that
they
are
get to that page,
participating.
and we show that page in the first part of the program, they actually can see the organizations participating here at Joplin.
In addition to the social media, we've also found that utilizing the radio and TV has been very beneficial to help get the word out also. So we're trying to make sure we reach everybody and
use all the avenues.
Yes.
A lot of different ways to reach
Yes.
people. And social media is something, as we know, is becoming such a big part of our world. I imagine each of you can look at your organizations and see how it's changed. I mean, Humane Society, people go online now to look at the animals before they adopt.
They do. And a lot of our followers will go just to watch to see the happy endings, those pets that have been adopted. So Facebook is a huge part of our organization.
So this is just kind of meshing in with society, the changing world today. And so forth. Now, in the first part of the program, we also mentioned, though, there might be some people who still like to write that check. They're the traditional writers, I'm going to give you a check. So they can still come forward to your organizations that day with cash or checks.
Yeah, they can. And I think that there's a certain date that you can collect until, and then the Community Foundation of the Ozarks puts it into your queue, I don't know, that's for a lack of a better word, and then so you kind of can start with a nice amount of money as well, because there are those people that don't want to go online, and I don't, I don't necessarily blame them all the time.
Right.
So
Some people are still hesitant to use that avenue of giving and tying it together.
And if somebody's wanting to write a check, they can check with whichever organization they're wanting to write the check to, because I know some of them are going to have special events happening that day. We're going to have adoption specials and things like that. So if you're wanting to give, definitely check with the organization and see if they have something special happening.
I know they mentioned in the first part of the program about special events and giveaways throughout the day, so donors, whether they're giving at 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, there may be something tied into that. Are each of you doing special things with your own organization as well to try to create that awareness? You mentioned
We're going to have adoption specials, so I mean, raising money to take care of the animals is great, but ultimately we want to get them into permanent
Get those
forever
homes for
So
them.
yeah, getting them into homes is very important to us.
How about with Love and Grace?
Well, during that day, there are opportunities, of course, during every hour to become one of the people that get drawn out of the hat for an extra $1,500 or an extra $500. So I'm sure that during that 24-hour period, we're going to all be on our phones or our devices and sharing that with the people who do follow you. I think that is since this is our first time to participate in this, that's our main strategy, is just to get on and be on most of that 24-hour time frame.
Be aware of what's happening. Emily, would you say the same thing from your perspective?
definitely.
And tying all this together. Well, the program focusing on Joplin this year is actually going under the umbrella of Give Joplin. How do you feel that's benefiting from maybe the past when you've had the broader Ozarks, even though we still have the Ozarks emphasis, but you know, we have this page now where you can say we're going to give Joplin.
I think it will help the awareness of this event in Joplin, because I think that a lot of people who live in Joplin want to see Joplin grow and want to see it better. So this is a way for them to know of these organizations, and so will help educate the community.
So promotional from Joplin specific. Your
Yes.
organization serving Joplin, these are dollars
Yes.
that can serve Joplin.
Yes.
And tying all that together. But you mentioned also the regional emphasis that people can become aware of, but maybe helping some organizations reach out region-wide as well. And tying of all that together. So the benefits of giving, challenges in today's world of finances. It seems like nonprofits, we see stories all the time that it's always a tough battle for budgets, making ends meet. Is this something that you feel that is really helping make a difference for each of your organizations? That you can do all sorts of different things, and this is another piece of the pie.
We're definitely hoping so. I mean, everybody's budgets are definitely tight, and so we're hoping this helps make it so it's a little easier to meet those goals and to take it one step further. So.
What about the time of the year? This is a spring event. We're talking about May 9th. A lot of times you have emphasis on end-of-year giving for organizations, or maybe you're a big fundraiser of the year. Is it helpful to have something at this time of year?
Definitely. For us, end-of-year giving was used for a particular program this year in feeding our girls that live with us and maintaining that program for a food program, a dinner program that we provide. So I think any funds that come in at this time of year will help continue that program. We're looking forward to seeing what exactly is going to happen during this time. It's our first time to do this, so it's going to be exciting to watch this unfold.
Yeah, it definitely is exciting to watch it unfold. The first year that we participated in 2015, I believe, we raised operational funds so we couldn't do what we do on a daily basis, and I think we did raise about $3,500, and then it was just amazing that the next year, I think with more awareness of Give Ozarks, we were able to basically double that, and we were fortunate enough to be one of the matching endowment grantees, and so it definitely helped us a lot, and this is basically our one time we fundraise operationally, so we really rely on it, and it's great to have it in the springtime, I think.
Is it helpful to have that type of operational funding? Because sometimes you have fundraisers for specific purposes.
Yeah.
So is that to have that freedom to use the funds?
Yes, definitely. I think it helps, and I think that's what we were talking about. How it was kind of great that we could all, we need funds to just run day-to-day operations, and it might not look as fancy to call it operational funding, but we still we rely on it. So
And in today's world of fundraising for nonprofits, sometimes grants are tied to specific programs, or you have funding to only have this piece of the pie, but you can keep the doors open basically with the funds that you're raising for many purposes and tying that together. So between now and May 9th, how are you trying to get the word out to everybody to say, make sure you're on your phone, make sure you're on your computer, take some time that day?
We're spreading the word with Facebook, and we've talked about it on the radio, and we have a weekly segment where we've talked about it on TV. Instagram, we've started sharing it there. So
we're going to start with our email campaigns. We're going to start with that probably this week or next week to kind of get people prime and ready to go. But I think Facebook will definitely be a big driver, as well as Instagram and Twitter.
And the platform they're using looks like it's pretty user-friendly. So, I mean, you've probably been through the training and how you can contribute. For somebody who's a little apprehensive to click and give, this sounds like it's a pretty easy to give program.
It seems very easy. I mean, we just send the link out to everybody, and they click on it and say, hey, I'm Jane Doe, and I want to give $20 to this organization, and they're done. It's really, really simple and very beneficial.
And is it a program that allows people to give as little or as much? I mean, there's no minimum. They can give $20, $5.
I think the minimum was $5 or 10.
Yeah. So it allows those people who may not have a lot to give, but they can still feel they're helping an organization and help out along those lines. So individually, someone who's watching, what would you like to say to them about May 9th? Their message that you want to leave them with?
Well, I hope that everyone just gets on their computer, finds Connect to Culture as well as all of the other Joplin organizations, or just take a look like I did through all of the organizations throughout the Ozarks, and just to start your relationship with giving, just a $5 or $10. That's what I would like to say.
Take that first step.
Take that first step.
Take that first step. I think it would be, beneficial to the organizations, but also there is something that comes along with personally giving, that feeling that you know that you're helping someone. I'm blessed that I get to do that every day. But for those of you that are not in a field like, I think to be able to participate in something as simple as clicking a button and giving to these organizations can let you walk away with something that we get to do every day.
That personal gratification of helping out.
I think we've all had or dreamed of having that one special pet, that one that just really makes a difference in your life. And for us, it's that bond with those animals and being able to share that with other people. I don't know, it's just kind of emotional for us because we're in the trenches, we see them every day, and knowing that this little dog that came in just skin and bones has that soulmate out there, that human that's just going to be, I don't know, so giving to help us take care of those animals, and then seeing that animal go to their forever home and seeing the love that's there is why we do it. So helping us make that happy ending.
Happy ending, helping the people who then help the pets tying them together. So all the many organizations, we only had a chance to visit with a few of them, and there's more on the website. People can go to it, as we showed earlier, to find out the others that are involved. But today you can see that there are a lot of ways to help a lot of different people in our community through this one day of giving. So I'd like to thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And once again, remember that the Give Joplin Day is May 9th, and I guess starts at midnight and goes until midnight. So if you stay up late or get up early, you can participate in it. And we showed you the website at the beginning of the program, but you can go to that, or I'm sure the organizations will lead you there as well if you need some help in finding how to help others in our community. I'm Judy Stiles. I'd like to thank you for joining us this week on Newsmakers. We'll see you again next week at this time.